What's going on, guys? We're going to jump in here. We're going to take on this new, super cool, super hard, exclusive to JPN Goku boss battle. That's what I would be saying if I had a lot more time and a lot more autism and actually had a God tier JPN account. I don't. I apologize. It's just not possible. So here we are on Global. As you can see, first rank, first place achieved. Shout out to France. That's what I need. What is this scroll used for? I don't know. I really don't know. But I will take this Dragon Stone. This one Dragon Stone. I appreciate it. It's really great. By the way, let me just say, I need more storage space, Dokkan. I need something. Something's got to give here. There just ain't enough space in my inventory. But as you can see, we are on Global. There is a new Dokkan event. There is a new Dokkan Festival banner. I figure, you know what? It's only for 100 hours, you know, which is up in 33 hours. Why not? Why not do the 3+1, have some fun? So fuck it. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to drop the 130 that you need to do to get on this banner. I'll do it. I'll do it. And we'll see what happens. Honestly, this LR, not too shabby, not too bad. I think he's a handsome young man. I also don't know why. He seems to be in like every category. Like I looked at his category thinking he was going to be Hybrid Saiyans and like one or two other categories maybe. And this guy's a fucking everything. Full power. I'm there. Frieza Clan. I'm there also. I'm everywhere. I probably should have given one more. That's usually what we do. You give two that's realistic and then one that's not realistic. Note to self. I'll write that down. By the way, I just got to say, new UI of the game, not really feeling it. It looks cool. I'll admit, it does look cool. But what used to be a one step for, you know, hitting that down key and seeing all the info, turns into a 3-step fucking charade. 35, not bad, okay. Alright, I actually didn't know that it was just discounted, honestly. I thought it was 30, 50, 50. But I'll take it. If the next one's 40, I'll be happy about that. Keep it real. But with that being said, better off dead. Hopefully this is a bye, guys. Don't do this to me. Oh, okay. I haven't summoned in a while. I have no clue what's possible nowadays in this world. But I feel like I haven't played Dokkan all that much. I know I've played Dokkan, like the global version, on and off, but I'm really not into the game as much as I. Damn, that's a fresh look. That's a fucking Captain Morgan stance right there. But I feel like I'm just not into it as much as I used to be. 5 Vegeta, not bad. I don't know what it is. Ooh, 30, 35, 45? Good deal. Great deal. Not getting the best SSRs, not getting new ones. But I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Dokkan. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's lack of time. That's possible. I mean, for the past 2 weeks, I've actually been in a good genjutsu playing Sekiro. Sekiro is a pretty damn good game. What's funny is that my friends actually bought it release day, and I was more hesitant to get it. I was like, ooh, nice. Fuck, dude, his card art is gangster. Look at that shit. Like fucking DMX. Yeah, I was a little hesitant to get Sekiro because I thought it was going to be a piece of shit, honestly. Damn. Yeah, he got a decent rebirth. I fuck with you, Maju. I thought it was going to be a piece of shit, and they ended up playing it, and they ended up hating it, actually. They fucking hate the game. And I actually ended up loving it. It's actually a pretty good game once you learn how to play it. Because if you played Dark Souls before, if you played Bloodborne before, you would, either if you played Dark Souls, you may want to, like, block a lot, or if you played Bloodborne, you want to just dodge a lot. But Sekiro's a lot different because you have to kind of, you're forced to parry things, and you're forced to play a certain way. Which isn't the end of the world, it's not terrible, but it definitely turned some people off, especially my friends who, like, wanted to, like, they had conceived notions, and they ended up, ooh, I like this guy, honestly. The only thing I don't like about him is that I have weird, like, whenever I have him on a team, it's just weird links where I can't give him key. Ooh, this guy's low-key god tier. But other than that, he ain't terrible. But I've been playing it. I like it a lot. The gameplay's fucking fun. Ooh, this guy's a god. I like him. The gameplay's been fun. I enjoyed the game. It's very good, very great. Let me just say, this final multi, best one. I got a dupe of Ultimate Gohan, which I don't mind. This is the third copy I have of him. This guy, he's a staple in my Realm of Gods team. Can't complain. And this guy, low-key, I fucks with him. Why? Why? Reduced damage received by 40%. He's basically the counterpart to Tech Kid Trunks. And I don't know what missions I just passed, but I passed some fucking mission. I appreciate it, thank you. And I almost kind of don't ever want to summon ever, unless, like, it has the, like, JP's basically has it now, and Gold's going to get it, where they introduce, like, you summon, and then you get those red coins. Because they actually give you decent units with those red coins, and it's, like, it just feels like a waste fucking using it and not getting the coins. But hey, listen, like I said, I don't play the game that heavy anymore, so why not? Why not take a wild ride, and why not, you know, sell some things to Bob? Let me do. Thankfully, the game decided to give me a bunch of SR Gotens. I took my chance. I got his SA up to, I believe, 6. It don't matter. The only time you need these guys at SA 10 ready for Ren is when you actually have a dupe of some sort, which I don't. I don't have that, so there's really no problem. I will be putting my amazing, super duper cool Realm of Gods team on the back burner. That's probably my favorite new team. Keep it a G. Keep it a buck, 100%. Yeah, I'm going to put them on the back burner, pull out the good old-fashioned badass Super Int team. 2 LRs on this team. Probably the only mono. And that's not true. I have Phi LR Trunks and Phi LR Cell. Pretty cool, right? Too bad I don't have any time to play this game. But with that being said, let me go ahead and get a Super Int leader. Maybe I'll just take LR Mongi right here. So, there we go. So, not a bad banner. I played this event already while I was at work. And it was not too bad. I liked it quite a lot. And like I always say, like I always repeat, I've been quite busy. I keep saying that because I've been quite busy. No, I mean, I'm a busy guy. That's the kind of life I lead, you know. I'm at the office 9 to 5, come home, gotta find time to jerk off at some point. So you're doing that most of the day. And then 9 times out of 10, it's just a matter of trying to get everything to work. Yeah. See, can I get the very nice, very nice. Yeah, I think it's going on 2 years at my job. I started in October of 2017. Yeah, going on 2 years. I still like it. I'm still there. And I still drive quite a long time. I actually commute about 45 minutes a day, which in the beginning, where I work now, my job was like 35 minutes away, and I didn't like it. I honestly didn't like the fact that I had to drive 35 minutes, 40 minutes in the morning. And then I kind of got used to it. I kind of started leaving a little later or going a little... Damn, this guy's got a fresh cut. My boy Gohan looked clean. Started going a little later, going like 10 now. But then my job, they're like, hey, good news, guys. We got great news. We are moving buildings, and where we are moving is actually far as fuck away, and added about another 10, 15 minutes to my commute. So now I commute minimum in the morning is usually 45, 50. When I'm coming home, if I'm lucky, 40. 9 times out of 10, it's 45, 50 minutes. Which is a huge chunk of time. But I've gotten used to it to the point now where it's like, you know, it is what it is. Like, people commute to work, you know what I mean? Like, if I got a job in the city, or if I got a job, you know, out of state, like, I would have to move. I would just have to fucking move. Or change my schedule so much so that it was unfucking believable. And where I live, there's a decent number of software development jobs. But all the jobs that I seem to be, you know, interested in, cool, and good pay too, because we're trying to pay the bills so my parents can spend the money. Um, it's just far as fuck away, man. It is what it is. It's kind of a bittersweet thing. Like, I don't want to sound like every kind of bleeding heart, pedantic liberal. Nothing wrong with being liberal or conservative or whatever. Um, but it's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of disheartening that everyone I knew growing up and everyone in my community is like nowhere to be found in the area where I work now. Like, literally all my life I've grown up. Like, when I was younger, all of my friends were just a bunch of handsome young Afro Americans or some other minorities. And now it's just fucking white people central, dude. Nothing but lily white people. Which is, there ain't nothing wrong with white people. Ain't nothing wrong with white people. But, I don't know, man. It's just, it gets boring. I'm not gonna lie to you. It gets really, really boring. Like, I can't listen to another conversation about Game of Thrones. I can't do it. I've heard the same thing. I've heard the same, discussion. Like, I can't talk about TV shows with people for more than 15, 20 minutes. And especially at your job where you can't really curse, you can't say anything flamboyant, you can't say anything that's actually funny. So what's the point in talking about anything anyway? Like, real talk. Like, one thing I'm happy that I never said at my job is anything fuckery in our Slack channel. Like, we use Slack for communication. And it's supposed to be, I say supposed to be because you know where I'm going with this. It ain't really, really like that. It's supposed to be just for business use. But, people, they want to talk about sports. They want to talk about TV shows. They want to talk about Star Wars a million times with the same old bullshit. And, they talk about that stuff. And they also, sometimes they'll say some offensive things. Could be deemed offensive. And one dude actually got roasted. He got an email from the VP of Technology. Well, not him directly, but he was referenced. And he's like, listen, you guys want to talk in Slack. It's for business. Don't be posting South Park images. That could be offensive to some people. Don't do this. It could be offensive. And thankfully, when it comes to that, all I say is work-related shit. I tell you right now, every higher-up person at my job loves me, and everyone who works with me hates me because all I talk about is my job, how to do it better, and that's it. Like, people talk to me, they'll be like, hey, how you doing? How was your weekend? I go, not too bad. I'm actually trying to get this deployment out so we can push the sandbox, and then after that, and they're like, oh my God, this motherfucker just talks about his job. When he's at work, all he wants to do is work. And, it sounds a little corny, but if I'm at my job, I'm at my job. Like, there's no point in mixing business with pleasure for me because you're not going to get, first of all, your job is going to suffer because you're wasting, time. And second of all, the bigger reason for me is the simple fact of the matter. Like, you cannot be who you want to be at your job. You can't say what you want to say. I mean, some people that I work with curse and, they say some crazy shit. But I ain't about to go down that road because all of a sudden you say some fuckery and then, HR comes down the hall with a gavel and hits you over the head. And then it's all downhill from there because, it's based off of what's real then, not what's real now. What I mean by that is a lot of times I've been in school, I've been in situations where shit is looking real foo-foo, real foo-foo-doo-foo. Like, I'll give you an example. When I was younger, I actually went to a medical course to become an emergency medical technician, EMT, whatever the hell. And the course was super foo-foo-doo-foo. Like, it was super fake, like retarded hours, retarded course. Like, it was just, not retarded, but it wasn't a well-structured course and it wasn't really set up for success. But it didn't matter because at the end of the semester, you either passed or you failed. And some people failed. And guess what? As fake and as foo-foo-doo-foo as that class was, there was some real tests at the end. It was administered by the state. So there ain't no screw around with that. And that's kind of how I feel right now. My job, to a degree, because I recently, we have like objectives every year. You have like your objective. Hey, this year I want to get better with it. Python. I want to be a Python programmer. You put that as your objective, and then you do it. And this year they had like one new thing that they usually didn't have was like some customized field where you say, hey, this year I want to get better at X, and this is how I got better at X. And for me, I recently found out that my year objective, and I know what you're thinking, you're like, don't you make your year objective at the beginning of the year, not at the fucking middle in May? That's usually what you do. I mean, last year, in all fairness, it seemed like February or March is when they actually did the objective. But April, May, it is super late to putting a new objective on your shit. And I kind of chalked it up to two things. One, I guess I kind of lost track of time. And two, my manager went into genjutsu, and for some reason, like, he basically said, like, I brought it up to him. I'm like, hey, it's, you know, in April. I'm like, hey, it's April. Are we going to make this objective? I don't know what to put, this, that, and the third. And he's like, yeah, I'll try to figure out this, that, another thing, boop, bop, boop, boop. And he basically has just been punting it, and he doesn't really care all that much. And recently he was even like, oh, I'll try to figure that out, but no one's really told me anything, blah, blah. And he's basically saying, since no one's telling him, he's not really moving on it. And I told him, I'm like, hey, you know, that's fair enough, that's fine, but listen, at the end of the year, I'm going to be judged on certain criteria, and that's one of the criteria I'm going to be judged against. And basically, I have a meeting with him on Monday, and I'm going to be like, hey, listen, this is my objective. My objective, I'm basically just going to say I want to get better with our infrastructure in AWS and knowledge and deployment, which sounds pretty, you know, simple and pretty broad, but I asked him multiple times. I'm like, hey, should I do this? Hey, should I do that? Hey, what about this? Hey, what about that? And he's like, hey, man, don't worry about it. My manager didn't say nothing about it, so you ain't got to worry about it. And that's the thing. That's the thing. If you knew and you're at a job and you're like, and you're lazy, or you're just trying to dodge some work, which is fine. We all got to dodge. We all trying to dodge something, right? You know, I'm actually going to try to do some of this Ultimate Clash. I think I did all the missions by now, huh? Yes, I did. Oh, my God. Let's start off with Zamasu. End it on a high note. But here's the thing. Like, he's saying, hey, don't worry about it. This, that, and the third. We ain't got to worry about shit because I ain't worried about shit. But guess what? At the end of the year, guess who's going to be getting fucking judged? And guess who's going to be getting either a raise, staying the same, or getting fired? Me. And guess who's going to be looking at that criteria? Not him. Managers above him and managers in the organization. Now, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. You have to look out for numero uno because no one else is going to look out for him. That's something I've learned through multiple experiences, and something that, unfortunately, you know, it's sometimes you got to learn the hard way, because sometimes you try to do certain things, or, you know, work something out, or try to, you know, move a mountain, and then you realize that other people aren't going to do that for you, and which is fine, by the way, because me personally, I'm the type of person, I don't like to do something unless I want to do it, meaning that I don't ever, if someone says, hey, can you give me a ride to this place, I don't do that with the notion in my mind that, okay, I'll take him there, and then in the future I'll call him and he can drive me somewhere else. Like, I don't like doing things because I want reciprocation. If someone needs $10 and I give them $10, you know, unless they explicitly say it's a loan or something to give it to me, I don't give a shit. Or even better is the idea of favors. Hey, can you do me a favor, do this? Can you do me a favor, do that? And it's like, sure, I'll do that. And it's with the idea in mind that, hold on, I gotta go for stunts. It's with the idea in mind that I'm not looking for something in return, because that's kind of conceited. That's kind of selfish to do things just because you want something back. And also the simple fact is that if you do that, then you're 9 times out of 10 going to be let down, or you will just be less helpful in general because you're just looking for someone to help you out when you help them out. But with that being said, the point I'm trying to make here is that a lot of times people are selfish. A lot of times people try to put on some type of, you know, facade of, hey, don't worry about it. Like my manager, he's a nice guy, he's a good guy. But I've noticed since he's become my manager the past like 4 or 5 months, he's a bit absent-minded, a little bit. Not to say he's dumb or anything like that. It's just that I noticed compared to other managers, you're not really on top of things in terms of process, not really on top of things in terms of, hey, you need to get this done, hey, this has to happen. He's more of a lax guy, which is fine, but at the same time, he ain't the VP of technology. He ain't the person in HR that at the end of the year is going to be doling out the raises, you know, and I'm kind of, you know, I'm a little worried that, you know, if he's not paying attention, he ain't really paying attention to what I'm doing, he ain't really paying attention to what's going on, and then at the end of the year, they say, hey, how's this Mong been doing? And he's like, hey, he's all right, I guess. And it's like, I ain't all right, I guess. I'm putting in work. And that's one thing that I definitely, like, one thing I really, really like my job a lot, but I am really looking for any excuse whatsoever to quit. Not quit, but basically move to a different company, because it is a pretty long commute. It is, you know, miles on my car. It is money out of my pocket, essentially. I mean, I drive down there on the highway. I pay $6 a day just to go there and back, and it's a pain in my ass. I hate paying that toll, and I hate paying the taxes that's associated with it, and I hate paying for gas. But it is a very good job. My coworkers are great. My manager's been great, and it's really hard to complain. And it's so good that I don't want to quit. I don't want to change it. So it is what it is. I don't want to give up on my job just because it's a commute. But at the same time, if now, oh, my job is doing this, oh, my job's doing that, and it's a commute, I'm dipping. My bad. I had to mute my chat. Boys going off. But yeah, the point is, like, I'm not gonna, basically sacrifice, part of my time, part of my happiness, just to. That sucks. I lost the link skill. Just to be let down in the future. But let's do that. But yeah, it is what it is. I like my job a lot. I like what I work on a lot, and I have, think about it. I've been working there for 2 years. I now just recently got a new manager. I noticed that he's a bit absent-minded. I noticed that, he's not necessarily the best with process. Is that something to, be crying and bitching and moaning about? Absolutely not. So it's not anything too bad. But at the same time, if it's something where it becomes a headache and an annoyance to the point where it's like, oh my God, why am I dealing with this? I'd rather just hit the dips real quick, because, my major is in high demand. I do a good job at my job, and I do a lot of shit. I do a lot of shit that isn't even really required in order to just, excel in my position. Like, I do a lot of extracurricular stuff where, I do a lot of helping. I do a lot of work. And I'm happy to do it. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, I'm just trying to make the point that I'm putting in work. And I don't ever want to be in the point where I'm putting in work and I'm getting, kind of the short end of the stick where they're like, it is what it is. This guy always puts in work. This guy is a good worker. But at the same time, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just out here chilling. And it's more so a revelation of, oh my God, I really want to get this Buddha Super, but I don't know. I don't know what to do. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pray the Buddha Super. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shit, man. I just can't get a super going. I can't complain. It's just something that I don't really like is the unprofessionalism or the kind of the, hey, don't worry about it, it's not that big of a deal type shit, because even if it's not that big of a deal, I am going to be judged on that basis. Like, if I heard the fucking VP of technology, the highest of the high, and he's like, we got these objectives, they're alright, we're not really going to judge you on that, and I got that shit in writing, I'd be like, fair enough, I'll do whatever, foo-foo-doo-foo. But, like I said, shit be real fake, shit be real stupid, shit be real retarded. But then, at the end of the day, at the end of the semester, at the end of the year, all of a sudden there's a real test, there's a real requirement, and there's real consequences. So I ain't trying to get cucked, I'm trying to dodge it. And it's as simple as that. So let's see, if I get really lucky, I may kill this guy, but it's really unlikely that that's going to happen. So let's do that. I always get close to getting a Dokkan super attack, but I never get it. It's depressing. And let's do that. So let's see. What can we do next turn to get rid of 1,000,000 bars of health? I don't think that can happen at all. But you never know. Anything can happen. Let it happen. But, I'm just trying to give you some wisdom. You know what I mean? Because I'm growing up. I'm going through the shit. I'm figuring out where all the L's lie, and I'm just basically trying to dodge as many L's as possible, which is a difficult task, because there's a lot of L's to catch, and not many dubs to grab, so it's pretty much a process of elimination on my part. But, can't complain, dude. To be honest, I have one complaint so far while I'm at my job, and it's a small one, and, I'm quite happy, actually, quite happy indeed. And low-key, I'm going to try to figure out some scheme shit where I get to, like, carpool, or I'll just see someone driving to my job and get some ice skates on and try to get behind them and hold on to their bumper or something. Because I tell you what, gas is going up, and that shit is depressing. Every time I go to the fucking gas station, it's like I'm looking at a literal hole in my wallet. That shit is crazy. So go ahead. We took an L from Zamasu, took a dub against LR Gohan and Gokan. It is what it is. As I said, I've had a ball with Sekiro, and as a matter of fact, let me just say, I recommend this is if you ever listen to radio, this is called what, a teaser or something, or teasing the bit, something like that. If you are interested in the Parent Drain Saga Season 2, the newest season, it is out. My mom and dad have been draining. They've evolved into a new draining couple. I will be talking about that in the Sekiro video that I'm planning on uploading along with this video. And it's basically just, it's going to be, if you ever watch Sekiro, there's a battle where he fights his dad, and the whole time his dad is like, you got to listen to me, I'm your dad, I'm your father, I'm the master. That's me. That's literally me. My dad is doing that, and I'm just sitting there like, well, what are you going to do? That's my dad. I got to listen to the Iron Code. But, hey, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you have a blessed Friday, and let every day be like your last day. Because what's the point of living anymore? I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to live. I'm biracial.